Hi and welcome to the daily reading for May 8th, and today's reading is coming from The Soul's Companion, Connecting with the Soul Through Daily Meditations by Tian Dayton. And May 8th is titled A Life's Purpose. When I bring my energies to bear on a task at hand, I am exercising my will and my strength. I am bringing more of me out of hiding and into the arena of life. My palette of colours are the situations that present themselves to me in my day. Whatever those situations are, there is where my work lies, where my potential for soul growth is the greatest. When I retreat into the stillness within me, I am nourished by the purity of my own spirit, which is one with all that is infinite. The silence within me is the quivering silence of the universe, of all that was, is, and will be. It is the space from which my potential for life issues. I will engage fully in the task at hand. And then there's a quote from Deepak Chopra. The gap is your connection to the field of pure potentiality. It is that state of pure awareness, that silent space between thought, that inner stillness that connects you to true power. And when you squeeze the gap, you squeeze your connection to the field of pure potentiality and infinite creativity. The gap. I do have a book called The Gap, and it was written by Dr. Wayne Dyer, who has written many wonderful books. So if you haven't read any of his stuff, it's well worth reading. But The Gap talks about this space, and there was a CD that came with the book when I bought it, and it had the meditation on it. And what he did was he had you say the Lord's Prayer, well, not the whole of the Lord's Prayer, but just the beginning of the Lord's Prayer. And he got you to say the first two words and then to slide back into the gap between those two words, and then to do the second and third word and slide back into the gap between those two words. It's a really interesting exercise. And by the time you get to the end of it, you really are kind of feeling that space, that gap, that silence, that kind of knowing within you. So it's something for you to check out. I like to put these offerings out there in case it hits somebody and they think, oh, I'd like to try that. So The Gap by Dr. Wayne Dyer is the book, and hopefully it comes with a CD like mine did. Life's purpose. We are all here because we have a purpose. Never think that you don't have a purpose. You might not know it. I wish that mine was written up in a neon sign, because I alternate between thinking it's this and it's that, and oh, maybe it's the next thing. But this, certainly doing these little readings is part of my life purpose, because I'm sure that even if it's only one, of the 366 that I'm going to do for the year, then it's even if one of them lands with someone and makes their life a little bit easier, that's part of my purpose. My purpose is to try to help people to investigate, to explore what's going on with them, and to find tools to help them to be happier in their daily life, to be less stressed, to be more themselves, to be connected to themselves. So, but back to the reading, because I can talk about me forever. Gold medal for Scotland pinned here. The silence within me is the quivering silence of the universe, of all that was, is, and will be. We are all part of what is, what was, and what will be. We are. Our energy is. It won't just disappear. Just because our physical body will, give up at some point, that our energy will not disappear. And that's a really interesting thing to explore as well. If you're interested in that. There's so many great contradictions out there, people's ideas, people's, opinions, people's truths, because many people will say this is the absolute truth. I don't, I believe what I believe because it makes my life easier. And I share it because it might make someone else's life easier to think in the same way. but I'm not telling you that my beliefs are the absolute truth, because how could I know that? You know, it feels right for me. How could I know that my truth is the truth? You know, so when you're fixed in your idea that you are right on something, explore that as well, because who says you're right? You're saying you're right, and you're having a problem with someone else, you know, having a different opinion. But what if you're not right? What if they're right? You know, like what if they are? You know, are you open to being wrong? You know, there's a great phrase out there that says, I would rather be happy than right, you know, and that's me, you know, or I would rather be happy than prove that I'm right. You know, so when you're trying to prove, you know, like you bang your head against a wall, trying to prove that you're right, step back from that and say, oh, would I rather be happy? And eventually you get to that, yes, I would rather be happy. 5 minutes are up again. I really need to work on my timings. Namaste. Love to you all, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.